live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Wishing you a very pleasant evening. News come to you live from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
And I'm Hishainari. Let's have a look at the headlines for tonight.
A grand ceremony of all Sri Lankans will be held in October. The President says that the land problem in the north will be solved and the land belonging to the people will be given back to them soon. Attention has also been focused to upgrade the transport network and to set up 3 factories in the north. The Maradagahamula market provides rice less than the control price. Attempts will be made to further reduce the prices. Sri Lanka's Ishadi Amanda secures the 2nd place in the Mrs. World competition. Compensation for crop damages will be paid this year with the least time period in history. Employees of the Central Cultural Fund are paid bonuses. Hamas accepts that their military leader was killed by Israel.
On to those and others in detail, and your top story for tonight is President Anura Kumara Dissanayake says that the grand ceremony of the nation that brings all communities and cultural groups together will be held in October this year.
Well, the President made these remarks addressing the Velveteture public meeting of the series of public rallies that was held under the theme A Thriving Nation and a Beautiful Life. Well, the President was warmly welcomed under the traditional culture welcome of the Tamil people, the people in the Velveteture area in Jaffna, and a group of public representatives were present at this meeting. The President expressed his gratitude to the people in the north for their support extended to create an era of common masses ending the existing divide and rule policy. The President said that the country had a culture of division in politics. The people were divided until a war is waged. He said that our generations fought against each other due to distrust, suspicion and anger among the people. We can't further tolerate division. He added that this is the first time people formed a government to unite them. Presidents and state leaders have not visited these rural areas earlier. He also said that now the aim of the government is to unite all segments of the society. That is why we meet tens of thousands of parents in these areas. He further says that the government will include a new proposal into the budget to hold a grand celebration of cultural unity to mark their harmony. The President said that the people have different cultures, food patterns, life patterns and different dress codes. The government has prepared a grand ceremony to celebrate with music, drama, literature and all other leisure items belonging to various ethnic and religious groups. He said that the children from every corner of the island will be gathered together to celebrate this festival. This is a government of common masses. In the last presidential election, people of all corners united to form this government of a rural family as their leader. And he said that therefore, this government is committed to unite the people in all instances.
And at the meantime, President Kumara Dissanayake stated that land belonging to the people should rightfully remain with them. He further emphasized that the issue of land disputes in the northern province is under review and that steps are being taken to expedite the process of returning land to its rightful owners. He made these remarks during the Jaffna District Coordination Committee meeting held today at the Jaffna District Secretariat. The President highlighted that while the government has the authority to acquire land anywhere in the country for development projects or security purposes, it is imperative that alternative land is provided to those affected. He also stressed that the Jaffna President's House will be fully repurposed for a project of greater significance to the people of the region. He urged officials to submit suitable proposals for this initiative, and the President instructed officials to investigate and take swift action regarding reports that families displaced by the war are still residing in the northern province. He also noted that a committee led by the Secretary to the Prime Minister has identified approximately 30,000 vacancies in the state institutions. He assured that these vacancies would be filled in accordance with the established recruitment process, ensuring opportunities for university graduates as well. Additionally, the President announced that Tamil-speaking youth will be given greater opportunities to apply for vacancies in the police department and encourage them to come forward for recruitment. The government has also planned to implement a comprehensive strategy to strengthen the transportation system in the northern province, and this includes launching a joint bus operation project between the Sri Lanka Transport Board and private bus operators. Furthermore, attention has been directed towards increasing the frequency of train services in the region, and President Kumara Dissanayake stated that 3 new industrial zones will be established in Pradhanan, Mankulam and Kankasanture to improve the living standards of the people in the northern province. He also extended an invitation to Sri Lankans who left the country due to the war to invest in these projects. The government is prioritizing the northern province in its development plans, ensuring targeted initiatives for the region, the President emphasized, and he further revealed that with an estimated 2.5 million tourists expected to visit Sri Lanka next year, the government will identify and promote new tourist attractions in the northern province to boost tourism in the region. Additionally, the President assured that new recruitments for the state sector in the northern province will be carried out without political interference, while efforts will be made to further strengthen public service in the region. President Kumara Dissanayake stated that the government would engage in maximum diplomatic intervention to resolve the fisheries-related issues affecting the region. Additionally, he highlighted that the northern province has been identified as the region with the lowest consumption of pipe drinking water in the country. In response, he emphasized the need to accelerate the ongoing water supply projects in the area. Furthermore, he announced that funds have been allocated in the upcoming budget for the implementation of new water supply projects to improve access to clean drinking water in the province. President Kumara Dissanayake acknowledged the numerous challenges faced by the people in the northern province and emphasized the government's commitment to strengthening the education, healthcare, transportation and agricultural sectors along with the overall public service in the region. He further stated that both political authority and state mechanisms must work together to uplift the living standards of the people.
The Marandagahamula Rice Businessmen's Association says that rice will be issued to the market below the control price. That's from today. B.K. Ranjit, he's the president of the association, revealed in a media briefing held today that with the arrival of the future stocks of rice, there is a possibility of reducing the price further. Well, stocks of Nadu rice have been received at the Marandagahamula Special Rice Centre, and steps have been taken to issue those stocks to the market today itself. The president of the Rice Businessmen's Association, B.K. Ranjit, expressed the view that there is a possibility of selling white kakulu and Nadu rice under the control price from today. During the coming days, most of the rice harvest will also arrive. Accordingly, rice businessmen have been able to provide rice to the market, white rice and also Nadu rice under the control price today. The price of nadu has been fixed at 230 rupees per kilo, and while the price of samba is 240 rupees per kilo. White kakulu rice is being sold at a price of 220 rupees per kilo, and there's a possibility of selling it at 3 rupees less than the present price. With the fading away of the rainy season, the prices of rice will further reduce, he says, and the possibility of the same is there.
And meanwhile, payment of compensation to the farmers whose crops has been damaged due to floods is in progress now. Agriculture and Agrarian Insurance Board says that an amount of nearly 185 million rupees has been released for this purpose. An amount of 103 million rupees was paid to 6,524 farmers as crop damage compensation in Polonnaruwa district commenced today. It was conducted at the Polonnaruwa district secretariat. Around 9,000 acres of cultivated land had been damaged in the district. Director Agriculture and Agrarian Insurance Board of the North Central Province, Ashoka Priyadarshana, pointed out that this year can be described where the payment of compensation to the farmers has been speedily conducted. Compensation was paid to 6,232 farmers for crop damage occurred during the floods in the first stage of Maha season in 2024-2025 today. This can be considered as a special occasion in the history of the Agriculture and Agrarian Insurance Board. Previously, compensation was paid in every season after the completion of the same season, and the progress has been achieved in this process. Moving on, Ishadi Amanda has become the runner-up this year in Mrs. World contest representing Sri Lanka.
Well, the contest was held in Las Vegas in USA. So moving on to Las Vegas, the 40th Mrs. World contest was held in Las Vegas today in the early hours of Sri Lanka time, and South Africa won the title. Ishadi Amanda became the runner-up of this year's contest. The winner of the Mrs. World contest that was in 1984, Rosie Senanaika, also graced this occasion.
Sri Lanka Mrs. South Africa, you are the new Mrs. World. Mrs. Sri Lanka is Ishadi Amanda Kalawarash. Ishadi has her master's degree.
Congratulations, Ishadi. And from Vegas, we come back home. The Asian Development Bank says tourism industry in Sri Lanka is achieving a speedy development at present. Well, this fact was expressed at a meeting held between the President's Secretary Dr. Nandika Sanat Kumar Nayaka and the representatives of the Asian Development Bank. Well, the meeting was held at the President's office yesterday. The President's Secretary briefed the ADB representatives regarding the new projects planned to develop the tourism industry in Sri Lanka under the contribution of the Asian Development Bank. They also focused and discussed how to obtain contribution of the state entities properly and effectively in implementing future plans of the tourism industry and to set up new tourism zones. The representatives of the ADB said that they are satisfied with the progress achieved by the tourism sector under the new government's plans.
Special discussion between Minister of Foreign Affairs Vijita Herath and Italian Ambassador to Sri Lanka Damiano Francowitt was held recently. The minister inquired the Italian ambassador regarding the suspension of visa for Sri Lankan migrant workers in Italy at present, and the ambassador pointed out that Italian government has reviewed the issuance of visa to several countries, and he said it was a temporary measure. The minister made a request to provide a job visa for Sri Lankans without delay. Then the Italian ambassador pledged to inform the government of Italy regarding the Sri Lanka's request, and in response to a request made by the minister, the ambassador expressed his support to make arrangements to sign the relevant agreement to accept Sri Lankan driving license within Italy as a valid license. Sri Lanka and Italy has signed a number of bilateral agreements, and the diplomatic relations between Sri Lanka and Italy has been initiated in 1952. Italy is Sri Lanka's fifth export market, and Minister Vijitha Herath requests the support of the Italian ambassador to further strengthen the economic, cultural and tourism relations between the two countries, and also thank the Italian ambassador for their support extended to Sri Lanka.
President Anukumara Dissanayake paid his last respects to the mortal remains of former parliamentarian the late Mawe Senadiraja today, and the funeral of Mawe Senadiraja will be held at 3 p.m. on Sunday, that's in Jaffna. President Anukumara Dissanayake, who visited the residence of Mawe Senadiraja, where his body is kept at Mawattipuram area in Kankesanture, paid his last respects. The president conveyed his condolences to the members of the bereaved family and his closest associates. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka, along with a group of others, were also present on this occasion. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya stated that the late Mawe Senadiraja was a veteran politician who dedicated his political career in the service of the people. His unwavering dedication in order to safeguard the rights of the Tamil community has recorded a permanent memory in the political history of Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister, in a condolence message, stated that she wishes the services rendered to the society by the late veteran politician would be a continuous encouragement to the future generations in representing justice and equality.
3 persons have been shot dead last night at Mahabodhiwath area of the Hiniduma police division. According to the police, 2 unknown persons who came in a motorbike have reached a lodge and shot the owner of the lodge, including 2 other persons, and have fled the scene. Police media spokesman SSP Buddhika Manatunga said that the reason for the shooting has so far not been revealed. Hiniduma police have initiated investigations in search of suspects. The police said that the shooting has been done using a T-56 firearm by 2 persons who arrived in a motorbike during a party at a lodge at Mahabodhiwath area in Hiniduma. The owner of the lodge and 2 others have died in the shooting. 55-year-old owner of the lodge is a resident of the same area, and other 2 are from Hiniduma and Ambalangoda areas. Bodies of the deceased have been taken to Karapitiya National Hospital, and further investigations on the incidents are proceeding.
Well, the census duration of the second stage of the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Program has been extended. According to the Welfare Benefit Board, the deadline will be extended until 15th of February. The census, which commenced on the 21st of this month, was due to end today.
Moving on, the Board of Control of the Central Cultural Fund convened yesterday for the first time at the Prime Minister's office under the patronage of Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. They discussed the future plans of the fund at length in this meeting, preparing accounts and auditing, filing the vacancies, training for officials, facilities for local and foreign tourists, providing sanitary facilities, and many other topics were discussed. Minister Dr. Hiniduma Sunil Senavi and several others were present at this meeting.
Minister of Buddhisasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, Dr. Hiniduma Sunil Senavi, says that the government will personally mediate about the problems of employees and take steps in order to find solutions. The minister made these remarks when he joined an observation tour at the Colombo Museum today. Minister Dr. Hiniduma Sunil Senavi said that the Board of Directors of the Central Cultural Fund had a meeting with the participation of the Prime Minister. A decision has been taken to give bonus allowances of employees. The Director General has taken steps to pay allowance with effect from today. The government is ready to mediate personally in the problems of the employees as a cabinet and to provide solutions after understanding them properly. Since a long time, recruitment has been distorted and the process had been violated by providing providing employments to their members of the electorates to fill vacancies. As such, they had created chaotic situation in the whole process of recruitment. The present government is now prepared to solve the problems of the employees.
And on to more news here at home. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that priority will be given for effective treatments for contagious and non-contagious diseases. Measures will also be taken to prevent diseases as well. The minister made these remarks participating in the scientific studies session of the Nutrition Society of Sri Lanka with regard to the year 2025. This session was held recently at the BMICH in Colombo under the title of Empowering the Communities Through High Nutrition and Health Literacy. The minister pointed out that it is very important to take measures to control the spread of diseases through educating the people on prevention from diseases. Enhancing nutrition, strengthening health security, providing opportunities for more physical activities and many other topics were also discussed at this session. The minister said that health education leads to uplift personal health and minimize unnecessary expenditure of the local health network. The minister pointed out that support of the relevant parties in this endeavour is very much essential. The minister also said that the Nutrition Society of Sri Lanka plays a leading role in this regard, and officials of the Nutrition Society of Sri Lanka, a large number of doctors and professionals were present at this occasion.
Minister Sunil Handunethi says that the support of the Police Special Task Force is obtained to control the illegal actions that are taken place at the Mineral Sands Reserve site in Pulmude. The minister made these remarks engaging in an inspection tour where recently the minister was expressing these views. The minister inspected the manufacturing process in the mineral sand company premises and instructed the officials regarding the measures that should be taken to make the services more effective in the mineral sand site. Obtaining mineral sand mining permits, finding out buyers and solving problems of the employees were also discussed. The minister instructed the relevant sections to take measures to solve them immediately. The minister says that there is a huge global demand for our mineral sands. It can be mined with less cost. He said the new technology should be used for the mining process. Minister of Power Engineer Kumar Jayakodi says that the Electricity Board or affiliated institutes of the board will not be sold. Joining an inspection tour of the Lak Vijay power plant in Norachole, the minister made these remarks. Officials of the Electricity Board and several others were present at this occasion. The minister said that right from the beginning they have been against selling the mineral sands reserve, and also he said that the government will never sell the natural resources for a low cost. Deputy Minister Mahinda Jayasinghe held a discussion with the officials of the Takamol and Mosanath companies yesterday. It has been organized by the Sri Lanka Embassy in Saudi Arabia. The Deputy Minister pointed out the need for a positive social security program to be implemented for the well-being of Sri Lankan housemaids serving in Saudi. And they also discussed the possibility of providing labour rights, high salaries and enhanced living standards for the relevant migrant workers.
And in the meantime, only 4 days remain for the 77th National Independence Day celebrations. Veterans expressed their viewpoints regarding the Independence Day celebrations this year. Lyricist and senior journalist Ravi Sirivardhan observed that although our national anthem illustrates the country as prosperous even after 76 years of independence, genuine prosperity is still far away from the society. The country had become a bankrupt nation after 74 years. The country never experienced a fruitful life during this 76 years. We are celebrating the transfer of power from a group of corrupt rulers into the hands of common people after the independence. The Independence Day celebrations of this year can be described as regaining of economic, social, political and cultural freedom which was deprived earlier to the people by them.
Double Fortune Supiri Dhana Sampatha special lottery was issued to the market today. The draw is expected to be held on Friday, the 28th of February. Well, Double Fortune Supiri Dhana Sampatha special lottery was issued to the markets at the head office of the DLB premises. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Hemantha Swanathilaka and along with the others were present on this occasion.
And enormous herd of fish has been caught by a fishing net laid by the fishermen in Thalpitia Sea area in Vadua this afternoon. Our correspondent stated that 2 varieties of parawa fish are caught in this net. There were about 4,000 fish entangled in the net and they were brought ashore, and same amount of stock of fish is to be caught. A large crowd, including foreign tourists, was arriving at the beach to see this huge catch of fish.
That's a humongous catch, and with that we take a short break and we'll be back with international stories shortly.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
Welcome back. We are moving on to international stories. Well, Hamas has confirmed that its military chief, Mohammed Deif, has been killed.
And Israel's military said that it had killed Deif in July last year, but Hamas had not confirmed this until now. Israel says Deif was one of the figures responsible for planning the 7th October attacks in the southern Israel, in which 1,200 people were killed and 251 taken hostage. Deif was widely seen as the second-ranking Hamas official in Gaza, behind Yahya Sinwar and the group's leader in the territory, who was also killed by Israeli forces last year. Judges at the International Criminal Court last year issued an arrest warrant for Deif alongside Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
Welcome back, and moving on to the sports news for tonight. Today is the 3rd day of the first cricket test between Sri Lanka and Australia.
Well, when today's play was stopped due to rain, Sri Lanka in their first innings had hosted a total of 136 runs. That's for the loss of 5 wickets. Well, the match is being played at the Galle International Cricket Stadium. When play was resumed today, Sri Lanka scored 44 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Kaminda Mendis was the first batsman to get out today for 15 for a ball from Mitchell Starc, and captain Dhananjay De Silva was out for 22. Dinesh Chandimal was able to post his 31st half-century in his test career at the end of the day's play earlier than scheduled time due to rain. Chandimal was not out on 63 and Kusal Mendis not out on 10. Sri Lanka still is 518 runs behind the Australian total in the first innings.
But today he has been total control. .42 gone, 130.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
Well, Sri Lankan team has a lot of work to do. On that note, we end the news together with Hesha. This is Clifford wishing you a pleasant night.